my 20s, but I didn't get around to it until about 10 years ago in my 50s. And so now I'm writing books, and they're beautifully illustrated. I'm going to read to you the turtle pit. I got to tell you about the turtle pit because only people who have met me will know how this book was inspired. And I'm a hairdresser, and a lady came in my salon and she said, "Barbara, do you have any leftovers?" And I said, "What in the world do you need leftovers for?" And she said, "Well, these turtles are out on the family farm, and Grandma Hauser was her name, and she's not here anymore, but anyway, when a turtle would get in her garden, it would frustrate her so much, because who knows what turtles do? They eat everything in the garden. They put a nice big bite in it, and then it's ruined. So she put them in a turtle pit, and this is what the turtle pit looked like. And there's a big tree growing up out of the middle, so only people that have met me will know that. Okay? So now I'm going to read you the story called The Turtle Pit. I dedicated this book to my grandchildren. How many have got grandchildren? How many are grandkids in here? Lots of us. Yeah. And my nephews are here with me, 4 of them. And they love this book. They wanted me to read this book. I also have 3 others published, okay? So this one says, Beach. Let's see. Get up here, Ray. Grandma Hauser lived on a farm 3 miles outside of a small town. In her vegetable garden, she pulled weeds and tilled the soil to make it soft between her toes. Each year, she worked hard to plant peas and cucumbers and radishes and carrots and beets and green beans and lettuce and tomatoes in her garden.
I'm going to get a chair and sit with you. Okay?
On hot sunny days, with soft wind blowing under a blue sky and fluffy clouds overhead, Mama Turtle would visit the vegetable garden. What big, beautiful tomatoes, she'd think to herself. But Mama Turtle knew how much Grandma Hauser cared about her garden and decided she'd better not bother the tomatoes. Her baby turtles followed, making their way past the vegetables. Don't touch the tomatoes, warned Mama Turtle. Don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. Even the ladybug said, don't touch the vegetables, or Grandma Hauser will be upset. The baby turtles promised not to bother the vegetables. We'll eat wild fruit in the fields where we live, they said. See the ladybugs? They're all floating around there. They ate in the wild strawberry fields, but Mama Turtle couldn't stop thinking about those juicy, big tomatoes in the garden. Something's going to happen, isn't it?
It's going to bite the tomato.
The baby turtles played peekaboo in the fields until Biz, the mosquito, darted toward them between the orange lilies, the watery streams, and the tall grasses where he buzzed them to sleep with his wings. It's time for those turtles to take a nap, don't you think? Sneaky the snake slithered between their sleeping shells, waking them up. I'm hungry, they shouted. Aren't you hungry when you wake up? You always want to go eat? I know I do. But Mama Turtle reminded them, stay out of the garden. Do not touch the tomatoes or any of the other vegetables. Look at Sneaky Snake. Boy, he's got that puzzled look on his face, don't he? He's thinking about that. Uh-oh. 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 Big Rowdy Bee, the oldest of the baby turtles, stood at the edge of the garden looking at a big, juicy red tomato. He walked toward it slowly. stretched his neck out of his turtle shell, his mouth gaping wide, and took a big bite. Sneaky the snake, the ladybug, Biz the mosquito. Everyone in the garden saw him eating the fruit. Uh-oh, what do you think's happening? Help! Mama, help! Yelled the other baby turtles. We need help now. When Grandma Hauser sees this, she's going to be so upset. She's going to punish us. She's going to punish us. The panic spread to all the animals in the field. How will she punish us, they wondered. What will she do? What will she do? They're all wondering. Grandma Hauser stepped out of her house. Let's hide, yelled Rowdy Bee. Here she comes. And all the little turtles disappeared into their shells. That's a good place to hide, isn't it? In the shell? They only heard her say with a loud voice, the turtles have been in my garden. I cannot let them run loose anymore. That sounds like a good plan, doesn't it? To keep them from invading her garden, Grandma Hauser put Rowdy Bee and the other turtles into an old silo. The silo, the soft dirt floor, was comfortable, and from that time on, turtles caught in the garden were put into the silo. The turtles still live there today. In the winter, they dig into the soft soil for warmth. How many knows that turtles hibernate in the winter? They go down in the ground, don't they? Yeah, they go down in the ground in the winter. Then they come out in the summer, and during the summer, Grandma Hauser keeps them fat and happy and growing with watermelon rinds and other leftover food. Rowdy Bee grew up in the turtle pit with all the other turtles who had taken bites of vegetables in Grandma Hauser's garden. Many turtles have lived there under the care of Grandma Hauser and her grandchildren. How about that? And only people who know me will know how that book was inspired. And I have 3 other books, Chatter's Nut House about a silly squirrel, and Auntie Anne helps him solve problems. And then My Kitty Dog was really a cute little story. It's about Miss Mooch, the kitty who was adopted. And you know how if you put a little bowl of milk out for a kitty cat on the porch, if you don't look out, you'll have a kitty cat. And then I have, let's see, 4 books. A new one. Oh, you all are from Arkansas. I'm from Missouri. So I could not get away from your town called Toad Suck. So